How were you paid for these jobs that you did with him?
I didn't really work as much with him. I mean, I helped him out here and there.
Okay.
That's about it.
Did you get any compensation ever?
I'm not going to say I did it, but not to what...
Okay, but these phrases, like, I'm not going to say I didn't,
right?
Like, if you say to me, hold on,
here,
you got to listen, right? If you say to me, Judge Juarez, do you have a pet? And I say, like, well, I'm not going to say I don't have a pet. Like,
right.
You're kind of like, what?
I have gotten paid. I'm not going to say I didn't.
Okay, so the answer is just yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes, you got paid. How much did you get paid?
We don't have copies of that. I don't have copies of how much I got.
Okay.
I know I wasn't nowhere near what stated
Was it more
here.
than $100?
It was, yeah.
Was it more than $1,000?
I can't recall.
You don't remember. Was it more than $10,000?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so somewhere between $100,000 and $10,000. Was this supposed to be a payment that was under the table?
You could say.
Well, it's not about what I could say.
That's, you know, well, yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that you agreed to basically be paid under the table, and you were never asked to fill out any tax documents.
Right.
How many days would you say you worked? Do you have any memory?
No, I don't.
All right, so I want to show you something. Clearly, you did not sign the same name. However, I'm no handwriting expert, but this is the plaintiff's evidence, page 3. All right, you see where there's a signature there, right? Which is supposedly supposed to be Francisco.
Right.
Do you see how on the end of Francisco, there's a line, and then a little cutback, and another line? That is identical, literally identical, to how you sign your name.
It don't look like it.
You don't see it?
It's because I write a line through it.
Where you go, boop, coincidence.
I guess, yeah.
This case is brought by you because the IRS garnished your bank account.
That's correct.
Because they contended that you did not disclose to them the actual amount of money paid to a number of individuals. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you're asking the defendant to pay for the garnishment that came out of your bank account. Is that right?
That's correct.
This document is for $51,500.
That's correct.
That you allegedly gave to this Francisco.
That's correct.
And you gave this person all cash?
Yes.
Didn't you say that you gave Mr. Hernandez this money?
Yes.
Actually, you gave him $51,000 in cash.
That's correct.
Did you dispense the other
correct.
wages in cash also?
Check. I paid them a check.
Why didn't you pay the defendant in a check?
He wouldn't accept a check.
And you agreed to that situation?
Yes.
And you agreed that the reason you gave us as to why he wanted the money in cash or was giving the other contractor, your contractor, a problem about signing a W-9 is because he was having child support problems. And you were aware of that?
Yes, I was.
Let me see the document, the IRS document, that held you accountable for over $4,000 for unpaid taxes.
I don't have the actual paper. All I have was the garnishment they took from my account.
Yeah. Do you have a paragraph from the IRS as to why they were garnishing your account?
No, I don't.
They never gave that to you?
They did, but I couldn't find the paper.
You couldn't find the paper?
No.
You could only have been a subject to the garnishment if the IRS was holding you responsible for failing to pay the taxes. And by your own admission here, you went along with this deal. And then you tell us the other 3 gave you W-9s, right?
That's correct.
And that you got your accounting papers back.
Yes.
And at that point, you discover that one of the W-9s is the name of Francisco.
Yes, that's correct.
So when you, I'm at a loss here. Did you read the tax return?
When I submitted the forms, I submitted them in a just the way I gave them to her, and she gave them back to me.
You're telling me in your papers, you say you submitted a W-9 that the defendant gave you?
That's correct.
And yet you don't have a copy of it? You don't have a copy of your tax return? Your accountant, you refer to an accountant, your accountant would be required to keep a copy of your tax return for X amount of years.
I didn't think about going to her.
You didn't think about that.